Hi, this is Todd Hall. I'm a customer success manager with BlazeRunner, and I'm here to introduce you to a new functionality that we're rolling out. And this has to do with improving observability, right? With BlazeMeter. There's a couple aspects of this we'll talk about. And basically, we want to talk about the error reporting, what's currently lacking, and it makes it difficult to know exactly what was requested and what was responded to. And also, we want to talk about importing system data, like whether generated by Perfmon or Nmon or other sources into BlazeMeter report. When a test is run on each load engine, you'll have an error.jtl file that comes in your artifacts. Okay, and those you have to export each one if you want to see exactly what happened. You have to export each one, then you have to pull it into JMeter and read it that way. We just want to make it easier for you to go see that information. Okay, so here we are in BlazeMeter. I wanted to show you an example of some of the challenges you have when looking at errors in BlazeMeter. If we go in, I have a report here. This one specifically has it has some APM metrics that we can include, like new infrastructure, like here's our CPU or memory that you can overlay in this. But the point I wanted to show you was this: hey, you got some errors, right? What the heck are the errors? Well, here's a response code. I'm not sure what that is. Typically, you have a response code, but we're getting some failing. So what is going on with this, right? And so what typically you'd have to do is you'd have to go in and go into an engine, each one, and if you had 100 engines, you had 100 files to look through. You'd look at the artifacts.zip, you'd download that, and then you'd have the error.jtl file that you would have to kind of open each one up in JMeter and all that. But what we're doing is we're providing you this new app, Blaze Performance Insights. It's available at bpi.blazerunner.io. When you log in, you have to provide it with your key and your secret. Now, just as a quick reminder, where do you find that, right? When you're logged in, you go to your gear, you go into your personal settings. Here's your API keys. I already have one set up. So I'm going to log in and I'm going to use that key to get it, but I'll just gonna put it in. I'll get rid of this later, so protect the innocent. I'm gonna go ahead and put my key in here. Copy this, paste it. Here's my key, and I'm gonna copy this, and I'm gonna paste it, and voila. And so I'm logged in, right? So, hey, here's that report I was just looking at, master 644-73415. If I kind of go back and I look at my key right now, this should be the same master. And where do I see that? 644-73415. That is the master I number. That's where you get it. That's how you go find the information. So in this case, we have a couple of different masters that I've run recently that had errors, and I also have the opportunity, if it doesn't show up on here, but you have the master ID, you can certainly go grab it there. Go ahead and click on it. It's going to go out and get all the information, and I will tell you it's just going to default to looking at all the engines, and we have 139 errors. 18 SSL exceptions, 3 socket exceptions, but what were the calls that did it, right? In this case, we show up to, let's see, we have 10 on each one, right? And we have 3 pages to cover these errors from this report, and they're from various engines. Here's the exact timestamp, the label, the method, the URL, and so forth. And we also have, look at this, we have the sample result, we have the request header, the request body, then we have the response header and the response body. We also have the option for exporting it straight to Excel, so you can download it from there and examine it to your heart's content. But that's the whole goal of this, is to make it so much easier to look at what the errors were for your tests. So we provide you with the most recent runs you may have had. We also provide you the option of go ahead and looking up a different report. We're not going to cover it in this little discussion. We'll have a separate one for this, but how to import Perfmon metrics. And so, hey, those Perfmon metrics, when we import them, they'll be just like, remember the APM metrics that I showed you over here? We're going to have the Perfmon metrics are going to show up just like these APM metrics. It'll be a choice that you import, and the time series has to match up, but that's another way to provide you better observability so you know what is going on within your application while the system is under test. So check it out. Please go to bpi.blazerunner.io and give it a try and let us know how you feel about it.